1947. New York City stands at the crossroads of history. 2 years after the end of World War II, America's greatest metropolis is transforming before our eyes. In the heart of Manhattan, Times Square pulses with renewed energy. The war is over, and a nation looks forward with unprecedented optimism. At Grand Central Terminal, soldiers return home to tearful reunions, while businessmen rush to rebuild a peacetime economy. This is the gateway to a new American era. The Brooklyn Bridge connects not just boroughs, but past and future, a symbol of engineering triumph now carrying the dreams of 8 million New Yorkers. On the streets of New York, daily life unfolds with familiar rhythms. Newsboys hawk the latest headlines, while shoeshine boys polish the shoes of working men on their way to office jobs. The corner diner serves as democracy's breakfast table, where factory workers, policemen, and secretaries share counter space over coffee and eggs, all equal in the morning rush. In working-class neighborhoods, children make their own entertainment. Stickball in the streets, fire escapes as front-row seats. This is childhood in post-war New York. Below ground, the subway system moves millions daily. It's the great Equalizer, carrying everyone from Wall Street brokers to garment workers through the city's arteries. In modest apartments across the city, families gather around radio consoles. The voices of Jack Benny and Bob Hope bring laughter into living rooms still adjusting to peacetime routines. Central Park offers respite from tenement walls and factory floors. On Sundays, families picnic on the Great Lawn, while children chase pigeons and mothers push baby carriages along tree-lined paths. The neighborhood laundromat becomes a social hub, where women share gossip and advice while washing away the week's dirt. Community thrives in these everyday spaces. At the local barbershop, men discuss politics, baseball, and business. It's here that neighborhood news is shared, debated, and sometimes resolved with a handshake and a fresh haircut. On Wall Street, the wheels of American capitalism spin with renewed vigor. The Dow Jones climbs steadily as investors bet on peacetime prosperity. The financial capital of the world is open for business. Savings accounts swell as Americans set aside wartime earnings. Banks, once symbols of Depression-era failure, now represent security and the promise of home ownership for millions of veterans. Employment offices buzz with activity. Returning GIs seek civilian work, their military discipline and training now assets in the job market. The challenge: converting a wartime economy to meet peacetime needs. At the grocery store, some rationing continues, but shelves grow fuller each month. Housewives clutch ration books less frequently as butter, meat, and sugar return to regular availability. Construction booms across Manhattan. New office towers rise from wartime profits. Every rivet hammered, every beam hoisted represents jobs, wages, and economic momentum building toward unprecedented growth. Department store windows dazzle with consumer goods once diverted to military production. From nylon stockings to electric appliances, Americans can finally buy what they've dreamed about for years. Friday afternoon, payday. Workers line up for wage envelopes stuffed with honest dollars. This is the engine of the American economy, labor rewarded, families fed, and hope sustained through steady work. In the garment district, thousands of sewing machines hum in unison. New York dresses America, producing millions of garments annually. This is where fashion meets industry on an assembly line. The presses never stop rolling. Every day, millions of newspapers pour from printing plants across the city, carrying news, opinions, and advertisements to every corner of the metropolitan area. At the Brooklyn Navy Yard, workers who once built warships now convert their skills to commercial vessels. The shipyard employs over 70,000, making it one of New York's largest industrial employers. Assembly lines that once produced bombs and bullets now manufacture refrigerators, radios, and automobiles. American industry proves its flexibility, pivoting from war production to peacetime prosperity. In steel foundries across the city, molten metal glows white-hot. These furnaces fuel construction, manufacturing, and infrastructure, the literal backbone of urban industrial might. Food processing plants operate around the clock, packaging and preserving goods for a hungry nation. Hygiene standards rise as Americans demand quality and safety in their groceries. The automobile age accelerates. Service garages employ skilled mechanics who keep America's growing fleet of cars running. Every repaired engine represents mobility and independence for working families. Warehouses coordinate the complex dance of goods flowing into and out of New York. Longshoremen, truckers, and clerks form the logistics network feeding the world's busiest commercial center. New York Harbor handles more cargo than any port in America. Ships from Europe, South America, and Asia unload goods onto American docks, while American products depart for markets worldwide. Before dawn, wholesale markets come alive. Merchants from across the region negotiate prices on produce, meat, and fish. These transactions set the cost of dinner tables from Boston to Philadelphia. In towering office buildings, elevator operators transport white-collar workers to floors of commerce. Insurance, advertising, legal services, the service economy begins its American ascendancy here. Secretaries type policies, file claims, and answer telephones. The insurance industry booms as Americans seek security for their families and futures. Risk itself becomes a commodity, carefully calculated and sold. Fifth Avenue epitomizes retail elegance. From Saks to Tiffany's, luxury brands cater to an emerging affluent class. Window shopping becomes a favorite pastime, as aspirations take visual form behind plate glass. Madison Avenue creates desire. Advertising agencies craft campaigns that will define American consumer culture. Here, copywriters and artists transform products into necessities through the power of persuasion. In brokerage houses, fortunes are made and lost with a phone call. Ticker tape machines clatter constantly, recording the minute-by-minute pulse of American capitalism in cryptic abbreviations. Restaurant kitchens serve thousands of meals daily. From automat cafeterias to white tablecloth establishments, New York's hospitality industry feeds workers, families, and tourists with democratic efficiency. Pennsylvania Station remains the busiest passenger terminal in America. Every day, 250,000 people pass through its magnificent halls, connecting New York to the entire nation by rail. Elevated trains rattle above city streets, offering working New Yorkers affordable transportation. From these platforms, passengers glimpse the intimate geography of neighborhoods from above. Traffic policemen choreograph the urban ballet of automobiles and pedestrians. Their white gloves conduct symphonies of movement at intersections where thousands of lives intersect daily. Bus terminals connect New York to America's heartland. Greyhound and Trailways coaches depart hourly, carrying migrants seeking opportunity and travelers exploring a nation at peace. Tugboats guide massive freighters through the East River. These working vessels, modest but essential, ensure that commerce flows smoothly through the complex waterways surrounding Manhattan. Delivery trucks form the circulatory system of urban commerce. From bakeries to department stores, goods must move constantly to feed the insatiable appetite of 8 million consumers. As daylight fades over Manhattan, the city transforms. Windows illuminate like stars, each light representing a family, a business, a dream being pursued in America's greatest metropolis. New York City, 1947. A city rebuilt. An economy reborn. A nation looking forward. This is the American century dawning.